it do, Full Octane Fam? Welcome back to the channel. We've got another Vlogmas episode for you guys. It is day 6 of Vlogmas, so we got to make sure we keep the momentum going and keep uploading. It was a struggle, but I feel like I'm starting to get my stride and get back into the groove of things. Today, I'm giving you guys a behind-the-scenes look on how I upload videos to YouTube. Everywhere from the scripting to the second I hit that publish button. We're going to be walking you guys through that today. Now, since this is Vlogmas and I'm uploading daily, my process has to be quick and efficient. So before we get into the meat of the video, I'm going to hit the gym. I've got my greens ready. I'm finishing up my coffee right now. I just got done just decompressing while I was scripting for some other videos. Let's go get that pump. Let's go get that mindset right and catch you guys here in a little bit. Alright, we're about to go to the gym. Alright, real quick, before we head out, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Jed because he's doing Vlogmas. Super proud of him for doing that. Really hyped that we've got this momentum going and that we got this streak going. So if you guys haven't already, I'll link his channel below, but go take a visit. Dude's got some really insightful stuff to say and really motivating. So appreciate you, Jed, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that will definitely benefit from his videos. So go give him a follow, subscribe, catch his Vlogmas episodes, and let's go, baby, let's go. Alright, we just got done with the gym. One of my better workouts in a while. And I feel like my workouts have not been hitting the same recently. Like I said, I'm still trying to get back into the groove of things. But this one was one of the better ones. So take your wins where you can. Try to gain that momentum. But what I like about going to the gym is it gets my juices flowing. You know, all those fluids just in the brain, they're running, and when they're running, it makes scripting a lot easier. Scripting and also idea formation, whether that's brainstorming or stuff like that. So after every workout, I like to sit in the sauna and kind of just like disassociate again and like meditate. And while I'm doing that, typically some really good ideas or shots or stuff like that tend to form when I'm sitting in the sauna. So I like to try to work out and sit in the sauna before I script and before I do video ideas. So that's always step 1. All right, so I'm hungry. Let's go get some food and then get on with the rest of the video. Oh, you little cute doggies. Here. Little cute doggies. Hey, yo. Now, when we're scripting and brainstorming, there is a method to my madness. Whether that's just taking notes on my phone, a notebook, or even on the computer. And when I'm on the computer, I use a couple of tools, which I'll show you guys here in a little bit. But usually don't like to do full-on scripts unless it's for a video that I really want to make sure it gets done very well. I usually like bullet points and outlines and things of that nature. One thing that I've noticed really helps me with ideas and getting them on paper is using a program called Notion. So I'll show you guys here in a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see, but here I have Notion, an example of a script I did for an old video where I just outlined the intro, the body, and then I have the outro and stuff as well. So if there's anything I want to say specifically, I have that on there. And I do this for most, if not all, my videos. Another thing I also do is I'll use ChatGPT to create an outline for me to kind of help get my thoughts and ideas together and more organized. So ChatGPT, kind of see here for this video, is something I actually did. So perfect example how AI and different programs really help you script and brainstorm. And what's cool about these, what's cool about Notion is you can actually organize your videos on a tracker and update, you know, different things. So I'll probably post or put a video here that I use to reference for doing that. Now, it's not a necessity, it's just something that my editing process has evolved into over time. Now, typically when I have my script and outline done, I start planning out how I'm going to film the footage, and then I start forming ideas in my head of different shots that I want, different transitions, or different dialogue that I want to make sure I talk about in specific points of the video. So if I don't have it on the script, typically I think about it the day of, and I usually reference the script on my phone or the outline on my phone to kind of help spark or bring back those ideas that I was thinking about. So once we do the filming, you can reference the gear video I have for all the stuff that I use in that video, but I'm not going to go in depth on the filming process as much. So once we're done filming, what I've noticed that really works for me is the second that I'm done is start uploading those files, whether it's from my camera or my phone or my GoPro or whatever. Start uploading those files to my computer and organizing them in a folder like as soon as possible, because it kind of makes the editing process less of a hurdle to start. Since one of my struggles has been whenever I'm done filming, it takes me a long time to start editing the video, which is why I have some videos that were from a long time ago, because I never started the editing process. So one thing that helped me: organize your files and get that done as soon as you're done filming, because it takes time to upload and copy folders and stuff like that over wherever they're from, and organizing them, because once they're organized, it makes the editing process a lot more fun, a lot easier, and you can kind of focus on the creativity of editing versus all the administrative junk that no one likes to do. So here you guys will see an example of how I organize my videos. So I have a folder for each video, and then within that folder I usually have a place for all the media, all the saved projects, and then typically I'll have a Photoshop file and stuff like that for all the other stuff. So I keep everything organized in a folder, and I usually start that up front for the editing process. Now when it comes to editing, I like to use Premiere Pro. I started off on Windows Movie Maker like every other newbie, and then eventually transitioned into Sony Vegas. And now that I'm getting back into the video editing world and making videos and stuff like that, I've noticed Premiere on the Adobe suite has been kind of my go-to for video editing in that process. So some other things that I really like about video editing is lining up shots with music. That's probably my favorite part about editing, is kind of seeing the collaboration between audio and visual and using that as a creative outlet to tell your story. So one of the things I actually think about when brainstorming is what type of vibe of music do I want for my intro, for any type of montages, or even the outro. So those are things that I usually think really hard about and take my time is with the music, because I think music's very important and sets the tone and the vibe of the whole video. So some of the sources for music and audio to not get copyrighted that I use is YouTube channels that specifically only post music that has no copyright and that is royalty free. So there's a bunch of those types of channels out there for you guys to use. Some of my go-tos, let me pull them up. So some of my go-tos for those type of channels that I pull a lot of my music from is No Copyright Sounds and Infraction No Copyright. So I'll have those right here. So those are typically my go-tos. Those are a couple of others, or if there's a specific song or a specific type of vibe that I really look for, I'll spend a little bit more time searching through YouTube. And then what I'll do is I'll use an extractor plugin from Google to get the audio, or even sometimes videos of that I want to insert into some of my clips. So it's usually not until the editing process that I actually start thinking about what would be a good thumbnail. There's been very few cases where I think about the thumbnail before I edit or before I shoot footage or anything. So that's probably something I can improve on, because your thumbnail is very important in order to be successful in YouTube. It's the thing that draws attention to a new audience. It draws attention to people to click on your video and things of that nature. So that's something we can get better at. Haven't done it just because I get so excited about the filming and editing process that I forget about some of the stuff that's really important for YouTube like that. So speaking of thumbnails, I use Photoshop. So what I'll typically do is I'll screenshot a photo from the video that I'm editing and use that, and I have a template that I pulled off of YouTube that I use, and I pretty much just change it up a little bit every time. So for example, here is the thumbnail for my last video. All I did was pull a screenshot from the video itself, have words up here and words up here that pertain to the title of the video. Sometimes I'll think about what the title is and make sure that this is something that is like the title but more of an attention grabber. If I'm ever having trouble with thinking of a thumbnail or a title, I'll come back to ChatGPT and I'll ask it that. So you can kind of see all the conversations I have with ChatGPT. So it kind of helps me out if I feel like I can't get it. So especially during Vlogmas, if I feel like I have writer's block or something, ChatGPT has come in clutch. So for example, whenever you're uploading your video, YouTube requires you to write a description that everyone always sees under the video. So I actually pulled this whole thing from ChatGPT and added stuff that pertain to the channel that I usually have in my videos that I came up with. So over time, I'm starting to use AI a little bit more to do some of that stuff. So you'll see here a collective of the thumbnail, the actual title that I pulled from ChatGPT, that I kind of changed up a little bit, and then the description you have in there. In a very high level nutshell, that is what I do to basically form an idea and get it to YouTube. Now if you guys want to know anything additional on top of that, or if you want me to go in any more detail about any of that process, let me know. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, or leave any feedback on some of the stuff that you guys do for YouTube that I might benefit from. So I'm not a professional. Don't take everything I say with a grain of salt. This is more stuff that I like to do that is fun for me and how I streamline my process. So it's different for everybody. So what I like is just seeing how other creators do it, and you form your own process from doing that. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Tomorrow's is going to be a fun one. You guys are going to want to make sure to tune in for that one. But until next time, signing out. Peace.